from Agri Research Institution to Federal University of Agriculture and Development Studies, which were all explained present. The recommendations, the committee having carefully considered the merits and otherwise the bill, in conjunction with the views and opinions expressed by the stakeholders and general public, hereby recommend as follows: that the Senate do consider and pass the bill for an act to establish the Federal University of Agriculture and Development Studies in Agbiji, in Osun State, and also the clause-by-clause recommendations of the committee on the bill is attached to this report for the approval of the Senate. One striking observation was that they said there was a clause where they said the oversight, the parent body should be under the was it University Ministry of, instead of putting it under Ministry of Agri, they put it under a different ministry, which we also recommended that it be corrected, like it's done in other places, that this should be oversight by Ministry of Agriculture, by the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. So that, on that, the committee uses this opportunity to appreciate the Senate under the leadership of its indefatigable President, distinguished Senator Godwin Obot Okwabio, GCON, for the opportunity to serve in this capacity, and humbly request that this bill be passed. I so move.
Mr. President, this bill is what we lawyers call res ipsa loquitur. It speaks for itself, and therefore does not need much debate. But for the purpose of legislative exercise, I will contribute my widow's mite towards this debate. Having served as chairman of Agriculture Committee in the House for 8 years, Mr. President, distinguished senators, agriculture accounts for about 70% of our employment and 30% of our GDP. As such, it behoves on us to support the establishment of institutions that have bias for agricultural discipline, especially against the gospel of diversification of our economy away from oil to agriculture that is not only being preached, no? Okay, okay. So in view of the fact that it is an institution that seeks to be agri-discipline, bias in agri, and coupled with the fact that we are preaching the gospel of diversification of our economy away from agriculture to other sources of revenue to create the much needed employment and add the much needed foreign exchange, I support this bill. Thank you.
Committee on agricultural colleges and institutions, and all members of that committee for the speedy job done on this, and for the public hearing and the recommendations to this August Assembly. Distinguished Senator Lalong, well done for a good job done, and all members of your committee. I thank my colleagues also for their contributions. At this point, may I invite the Senate leader to move that we go into clause-by-clause consideration in the Committee of the Whole. The Senate in the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Agricultural College